definition alone, they're inferior films. Films. Sequels suck. Sequels suck.
Welcome back, movie fans. This is the podcast Sequel Sucks, the podcast where we speak about the redos, the remakes, the reboots, everything but the original. And with me, as always, is the ever-reliable Angus Brown.
Ever reliable? Wow, I'll take it. I don't know if there's many people who'd call me ever reliable. This is great. This is
ever reliable to be
I feel
not on
excited.
Time.
No, don't diminish it now. No, I'm taking it and I'm running with it. This is filling a hole that I've got from all the other aspects of my life. So I'm just gonna pile it on. So the next time my kids are like, "You didn't pick us up from school," I'm like, ever reliable.
So says someone on a podcast.
That's right. It's recorded and on the internet.
And if you're not watching on YouTube, that voice you're hearing is, I guess, almost the unofficial third member of the crew. Now he's kind of almost been semi-permanent. It's like he was had a few guest spots on a show and then became a regular character.
It's got like what are you?
The Fonz. I'm basically the Fonz.
Yeah. The Fonz. All right.
Yeah.
I was going to say more like, are you like the Jason Todd Robin or something, where you just like you're there for a bit and you're the Robin, and then you're gone, and then you come back and you're like Red Hood. And you're like, you're kind of part of the Bat family, but not really. But you are. You went with the Fonz, so that's all right.
I mean, the Fonz didn't get beaten to death with a crowbar, so that's
resurrected in the Lazarus pit. That is
True.
just selective memory. Okay.
True. Yeah. No, I'm happy to be. I remember it was. I can't remember what episode we're on. It was when we were on with Sean, and I said, I'm like, when am I just a part of this show? And Gus, you said, are you vying for third chair? And I said yes, and both of you went never. It's never going to happen. So I feel so validated.
I don't remember saying that, honestly.
Well, it's recorded somewhere, so yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but that would involve me listening to my own voice.
We are talking about the film Anacondas, The Hunt for the Blood Orchid, and right off the bat, I'm going to admit I had never seen this film before we decided to do it. I thought I had, and then I got in, and to the point of, I'm like, oh, this is the one with David Hasselhoff, and I'm like, oh, no, it's not.
That's the third one?
Yes, correct.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy that we're doing this, we've spoken to this, because I did not know Paul Rudd and Jack Black are making a Anaconda film as well. And
when I suggested, I had no fucking idea, and then the trailer came out the following day. I was like, I have the power, whatever it is. I'm sure
I did know that was a thing that was happening, but I didn't realize it had become a reality. So I was thrilled to see it come to fruition. I feel like of all franchises, this is the right one to go in that direction, where there's like, all right, now we're just going to full on make it into a comedy. We're going to go all the way. This film is.
bizarre.
I have a lot of mixed feelings about this film. I have a lot. And I was taking notes as I was watching it, and I feel like I need to do that because a little bit, behind the scenes, inside baseball, we agreed to do this podcast several weeks ago, and a few mishaps along the way. It's been pushed back. So when I watched it, it was fresh in my mind. It's not fresh in my mind anymore. So I'm glad you've got notes, and I'll think of stuff along the way. I think that matters.
Yeah,
but
no, it doesn't.
I will help you refresh your memory. When this movie started, my first note was, "This is why movies exist." And I was like, "This is great. This is what we're here for." They made something that was pretty good and had a great cast and made a bit of money, and now we're going straight to was this straight to DVD or straight to video? I can't remember.
This had a theatrical release. Yeah, in the States.
It did come out.
The fuck out. This was in cinemas.
It actually debuted in Fiji. They premiered in Fiji because that's where it was made.
Yeah, and it's the only Hollywood movie in history that has opened in Fiji. It's never happened again.
And they've only got one cinema. It's like the Warby National Theatre.
It's like the Warburton Arts Centre. It's just one screen and no one knows what's on. It's going to be great.
They're still playing Jurassic Park Rebirth.
They absolutely are. They absolutely are.
By the time I got about 5 minutes into this movie, I had changed my mind. I don't know if this is why movies exist.
Personally, I thought, I was a fan of the original. I thought it was just a fun, silly movie.
It's a great B movie. It's a great B movie.
100%. So when I had heard that they made one, and admittedly, fair enough, Gus, like I feel like I knew about it, but I can't remember it being at the cinemas here. Could have gone straight to video here. I remember it being on the video shelves. But the thing that I noticed in this one, I'm not saying it had to be a direct sequel. They do mention the first one. But for me, I thought what was bizarre was they completely moved locations. And again, there was just some bullshit reason like the Big Pharma, which is still true to this day, that they'll do anything to get what they want and make billions. But it was just, for me, I thought it was bizarre that they went away from the Amazon and all that. They go, like, no, we're going to go Fiji and do a completely different location and then somehow reference the first movie. That makes no sense. I don't know.
Are anacondas even native to Fiji?
No.
Well, we're jumping ahead to some questions that I had at the end.
Yeah.
So this one is
Sorry.
This one is set. It's set in Borneo, not Fiji.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
right.
This movie's set in Borneo. There are no anacondas in Borneo. They do not exist.
Not currently.
There. That's not a thing. The native snake that would be bigger, but in no means even as big as a regular real life anaconda, not a movie anaconda, is the reticulated python. That's what they have in Borneo.
The old reticulated python.
Yeah. No anacondas whatsoever.
Certainly not enough to make a fucking gangbang or whatever happens at the end of this film. Fuck.
Yeah.
Snake orgy.
It is. It's a snake gangbang.
They even say that, don't they?
They do.
I don't know if they say gangbang, but
Oh no, orgy it's mentioned.
The reference we're talking about is they say that he knew a guy who shot a documentary in the Amazon, and they all got eaten by snakes. So the character in the movie doesn't even know Ice Cube. He knows a guy who knows a guy who knows Ice Cube.
He certainly doesn't know that Ice Cube survives that picture, as does doesn't Ice Cube live in that?
Ice Cube and J-Lo, yeah.
It's Ice Cube and J-Lo.
Doesn't know that, yeah. So the two, I guess, most famous people by
John Voight in there doing a very funny accent. Is kind of a little bit French.
He is having the time of his life. There's so many shots. I know that this is the first one, not the second, but there's so many shots. If you freeze frame it, his eyes are just fully closed, and his mouth is like pulled down, turning like a De Niro, and he's just like his mouth is half open, just like just like half open mouth, just for no reason, and he's just staring. And then he must have done that so much that eventually the director was like, "All right, can we just get some shots of the female characters?" And when we're putting this together, just cut that he's looking at one of the women, because John is just fucking staring into space. We need a reason. Like every time I cut to him, he's not doing anything. So it turns out he's just a massive perv.
And every time that goes without saying, really.
Cuts back to him, and he's just still going.
But when he does open his mouth, the poor bastard can't get any words out because of all the scenery that's shoved in there, for crying out loud. Like the guy's he's gnashing on it. But anyway, I must say about this film, right? If you put a gun to my head and said, what year did this come out? I'd have said 2015. And then I heard the joke, she may be ugly, but she puts out. And I'm like, yeah, no, this is definitely 2004. That's a 2004 joke if I've ever heard one.
Yep. And then you see, like, all of the technology in this movie, and you're like, whoa, all right. No, we are back in the day. I watched Frighteners the other night for episode of the Film Addicts podcast coming out next week, and that shit's kind of rough around the edges, and you're like, it was early, like in terms of the CG, like the wall that comes alive and stuff, and you're like, it's all right, but it's definitely of its time. Yeah. That was 1996.
Yeah.
This film has 8 years on it and still can't even come close. You know what I mean?
We don't have a John Voight in this movie. We don't have a Jennifer Lopez. We don't have an Owen Wilson. We don't have an Ice Cube. But if I were to say the name Dwight H. Little to you, would that mean anything to either of you?
It very does, yeah.
Yeah. Because what we do have in this movie is a legend behind the camera, Dwight H. Little, especially on this podcast, most known as being the director of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
One of my favorites.
As well as a whole bunch of other shit. Yeah. So this is a man with credentials. Prior to this movie, he had done Halloween 4. He had done the Robert Englund Phantom of the Opera. He had done Marked for Death, the Seagal film. He had done Free Willy 2, which, you know, in my childhood, that was important. Murder at 1600. He had done a whole bunch of TV, including episodes of The X-Files. And then he did Anacondas, The Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
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 The orchard is a different thing.
Yeah.
That's where the apples are. We're looking for flowers.
I'm off to the orchard.
All right, now, excuse me, Professor. There's a CH in there, right? Are you going to go eat some fish and kips? Is that what you're going to do? Is that what you're going to do, boss?
It's Hunt for the Blood Orchid, though, isn't it? It's not Hunt for the Blood Orchard.
It's dealer's choice. You say that.
You forgot the best one. He directed Brandon Lee's Rapid Fire.
I did leave it out, Rapid Fire, because I thought no other human being on Earth would know what that is.
I love Rapid Fire. That's what got him the Crow, man, and turned out poorly for him, but some great entertainment.
I'll tell you what, Anaconda's the blunt orchid.
The blunt.
I'll tell you what, Anaconda's got Dwight H. Little. It got him fucking booted from movies. The man never made a film again.
Yeah,
Done episodes of TV here and there. Some you've heard of, most you haven't, until 2023. He returned to cinema with the super popular and obviously very important Natty Knox. We're all big fans of Natty Knox. We all know Natty Knox.
That's
Natty Knox.
That's good.
If you're about to say you actually fucking know Natty Knox, I'm going to lose my mind.
No, I don't. But someone that was starred in Halloween 4 is in that movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Child actress that is now grown up.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, the one who's in Rob Zombie's Halloween?
Mm-hmm. Danielle Harris is in it, as is Bill Moseley, horror staple, and Robert England. Have you seen this movie? Have you?
Yeah. No, I haven't. I haven't seen it. I haven't. It's actually on my list of ones I want to get to for 31 and 31. So
Dwight Little hasn't even seen it. I promise you.
He wasn't even on set. So Dwight Little is probably the best and best known. Although if Sean was here, he would be screaming at this point that we haven't mentioned Johnny Messner, who's sort of an action man.
Piece of shit. He's a sort of piece of shit. He's horrible. The guy can't act. The monkey deserved an Oscar by comparison, okay? And he seems to have been entirely looped as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
his dialogue is really just doesn't match everybody else's in terms of its tone.
Actually, going back to the fact that I'd only seen it like probably last month for the first time. When did you see it, Riggs?
Yeah, no, this was the first time. Yeah, and whenever I watched it,
Angus.
Are you serious? Neither of you fuckers have watched this before?
No.
Jesus Christ. I watched it. I
knew it'd be
remember
shit.
Seeing it on the video store shelf. The video store shelf when it came out on home video. I don't know. I'd be stunned if it got more than a week in Australian cinemas.
Let's be fair. Like
my local video store.
When you touched on, like we had in the first one, I know not all of them were super huge at the time, but you look at, like you said, Owen Wilson, John Voight, Ice Cube, J-Lo, and there's a couple others you sort of recognise them from stuff. It was
Eric Stoltz.
Oh, Eric Stoltz. He's asleep for half the movie.
Lying there in the cabin thinking I was nearly fucking Marty McFly. This is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. Now I'm fucking comatose because I got bitten in the throat by a wasp. Is that what happened?
The British guy, Jonathan Hyde, he's in a bunch of shit.
So, but then
this is one that I really enjoyed about the first Anaconda one. Do you know who did the voice of the Anaconda in the first Anaconda film?
I bet you it was Peter Cullen.
Oh, Frank Welker.
Not too far off.
Frank Welker.
Of course it was. Who sleeps on a bed of diamonds and has a golden toilet.
The voice of the Anaconda, which just was one of my favorite pieces of trivia. But yeah, so
my favorite voice that he did. Sorry, just to go back. Like if you're talking about strange things, he voiced the knife in The Shadow with Alec Baldwin.
Wow, there you go.
All right.
There's a knife that has a head on it. The Purba that's what its name is, Purba, and it's got a head on it that looks like ancient Egyptian or whatever, and it just makes these little sort of sounds, and that's him. I'm like, that guy is so amazing. He voiced a knife.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else I think it is? I think literally anyone could do that, but he's just so famous now. They're like, why would we even bother calling anyone else? Let's just get Frank Welker.
Yeah.
Let's just bring him in. This movie does have someone that made me sit up in my chair and go, holy shit. There's one, and they're very important to us as
Aussies.
Australians.
Yes, well, that's
Recognize one person in particular who I don't know how they got in this movie or why they're in this movie.
Yeah, well,
Is it the drunken tugboat driver?
No, because that guy is actually a Kiwi.
Yeah.
Yes, but he's very well known in
Hope.
on Australian TV.
Yes. Do you know who Nicholas Hope is, Rex?
No.
That motherfucker is Bad Boy Bubby.
Oh, get out of town. Who the fuck was he in this movie?
Christian Van Dyke in the big boss in the meeting at the start of the movie when they're like, "Can I have more money?" He's like, "No," and then he goes, "Yes," and then he leaves. I don't know how he was in this movie, but
did they shoot it in and around here?
No, that's what I was thinking.
Not Melbourne, obviously, but
I went straight to IMDb. As soon as I saw him, I was like, "Hang on a sec," and then Andy Anderson, who's very well known.
Andy Anderson
said he is Kiwi, but he's very well known historically in Australian TV and movies and stuff like that.
He's also playing an Australian in this movie. Like, he's not trying to be a Kiwi. He's trying to be Australian.
And that made me think, 100% this is filmed on the Gold Coast or something like that. Oh, no, it's still filmed in Fiji or Borneo or whatever, and that's where it's setting. And it was bizarre because I thought, well, how do these two Aussies get in this film? Obviously, they came really cheap because...
Absolutely.
But you just touched on something, Angus, and that's what I was trying to set up, is like the first one, even though it was B grade, had some quality to it, and a lot of those people have absolutely gone on to kick goals in Hollywood. But then you look at this list of people and you go, there's so many no names. Admittedly, I remember as soon as I saw it, Eugene Byrd was familiar to me, and obviously he's very famous. He's in 8 Mile with Eminem. That's one of his... he's been in a lot of stuff. Morris Chestnut was the other one that I'm like, I remember him. He's been in TV and bits and pieces, but again, no big star. Katie Strickland
it's
was
the hammer too. It's the and Morris Chestnut, which is
he's in Under Siege 2, so he's the most famous one in this movie.
That's right, he is in Under Siege 2.
Oh my God. Yes, I should have. And then I think Matthew Marsden was the other one I sort of recognised, and Carl Yoon, but I mean, really, like, no one's really kicked on since this film.
Who was the Aldi version of Elizabeth Banks?
Katie Strickland.
It's funny that you knew who I was talking about.
No, I'm looking at her name right now, but yeah, that's it. It's capital K, lowercase a, capital D, lowercase ee. KD.
Oh, don't worry. I looked. I checked. I had to dig a little bit deeper, but
we got to do the research for the show. I totally get it.
I mean, if you could pick like one of her other top 4 on IMDb, I'd give you $1 million. Like, really hasn't
I feel like I saw her in something recently, and then now it's escaped me, and I'm missing out on all these all these fictional millions of dollars that you have.
She's definitely done more TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in an episode of Castle that I watched recently.
There you go. Quite possibly.
Not in the top 4 though, obviously.
The Player, Chicago Fire. Her biggest TV thing is she was on Private Practice, that Grey's Anatomy spin-off, which I'd never watched. I don't know what it means. She was also had a small part in The Grudge and a small part in the Jimmy Fallon movie, The Perfect Catch.
Which is a good movie.
It's a good movie, but like that's a Drew Barrymore movie. That's not a Katie Strickland movie. Like this, that's sort of where she's at. No,
it's not even a Jimmy Fallon movie, really.
But it is interesting that... we're jumping around a lot in this, but we might as well keep jumping around with it. What I found really surprising about this is normally when you have, a horror director brought on board to direct a horror movie and you have a large cast of large unknowns, they are there to be food for Snake. Fucking everyone lives in this movie. Too many people live. They all get away with it. They kill random no-names. Like, they literally, the cold open, yes, they do. The cold open of this movie is killing some anonymous tribe member. They don't even kill, like, a cast person or someone with a speaking part. They just randomly kill an anonymous tribe member. Like, I thought they were going to go like a Congo kind of direction and like kill, Bruce Campbell. And it's like, oh, that's the reason everyone goes to the jungle. Like, no, these guys, it's a far more stupid reason. And we should tell people.
I really want to watch Congo now.
So, Congo is the better version of this movie, even though it has
Congo is a masterpiece by comparison, actually.
I know it's not
I'm normally pretty positive, but fuck me.
So the whole plot of this movie, because I'm sure Cable's forgotten because he watched it so long ago, and I'm sure no one listening has ever seen this movie. The whole plot of this movie is they have found a blood orchid that is got some kind of special pollen. I don't know. That's going to cure everything.
Everything.
It's just going to cure disease.
But I think it was more
any of them.
I think it was more heart related.
Whatever you've got.
Yeah.
Whatever you've got. This is if you've got limp dick. You've got bad heart, you've got itchy scrot, like whatever
cancer,
it is.
You've got
hemorrhoids,
dementia.
full cancer, dementia, lost limbs, it's all there.
But here's the catch. It only blooms for, 48 hours of bullshit they say in this movie. Yeah. So they have to rush to Borneo. Yeah, and every 7 years, or 10 or 12 or 50 years, whatever the fuck it is. So this is a movie that has like a time crisis.
Yeah, it's a ticking clock.
They have to get there. And they're all invested in it because if it doesn't pan out, the people lose their jobs and the swarthy boatman will lose his boat and everyone's got something on the line that pushes them forward. And then like halfway through this movie, they all stop giving a shit about that except for one dude. But somehow still the movie is like, no, but we're still pushing forward. It's like, no, you gave up on the plot. You all gave up. You all literally said, no, we're done with this. We're going home. And as an audience, we're meant to be like, all right, then. I'm glad that we invested so far. Like, they completely fucking bail on the concept of the film. And the one guy who's like, no, we're pushing forward is meant to be the bad guy. I didn't see that. I was like, no, he's just committed.
Yeah.
He's the only one here who's got any fucking gall. Yeah. Like, give him a go, mate. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with this film, and I think it's
Yeah, that's very common.
No, I think
I think that's the thesis of the whole conversation.
Well, it definitely falls into the sequel category of this does suck, because I think they obviously had an idea. I just think it wasn't a great idea. They had some interesting ideas. I don't hate the big pharma idea necessarily.
I think it's a great idea.
You put in too much of a time.
Don't commit.
Yeah, and then. There's a lot. I feel like they needed to, if they want to do this film and do a sequel, they needed to probably go back to the location where the last one was, and that had bread, and we had more. So that logically makes sense.
Easy.
But I think because that was supposedly, was it the Amazon in the last one?
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
They're on the Amazonian River, aren't they?
But it makes sense. But what you can do, you can tie in and go, well, what are they looking for? They're not looking for a blood orchid. They're looking for some sort of, almost make it like a bit like an Indiana Jones film. They're looking for El Dorado or something like that, or someone has seen it and he dies and they lose contact with him, similar like you're saying with Congo. And then they've got a reason to go there. They know they've seen this object. They know it exists. It's not myth anymore. But they do that. They just do that throwaway off camera where they say, we had researchers who saw it and know it's there. Yeah. And I was like, why didn't they just get it while they were there? So they do have someone go, but they don't film that and have those people get eaten by a snake, but they still put that plot point in. It's like it's all, but that's what I mean. They haven't. They've got some okay ideas. It was just ham-fisted by doing half measures like.
The best idea of the whole thing is the fact that it's just forgetting the blood orchid of it. Don't just take your colon out of your movie. Like you're not going to need it. Anacondas is a great sequel to Anaconda. Yeah. Aliens did a great job of that. Like, why didn't they learn from that? Like, it's just, instead of making it a horror picture, the way that Alien is, and the way that, I guess, Anaconda is, make it an action film where these things have bred en masse, and there's a team's got to go in there and kill them all. And you know who leads that team? Wesley Snipes. And he goes in there and he fucking wipes out the Anacondas, and he comes out of there with a very beautiful, age-appropriate love interest, and maybe mixed race, and it's beautiful. That'd be excellent. That's my pitch.
Look, if you're talking like in this era of filmmaking, in early 2000s, I'd have to double check some police records, but Wesley was probably available and had worked with Dwight H. Little before. I don't know if that was when he was in jail.
No, he wasn't in jail then.
Our boy did this
you're going to check the police records on his tax evasion thing. No, he was, because he made all the Blade movies, and all that shit was happening during the shooting of Blade 3. Yeah. When he was
there you go.
Yeah, so he would have been all right.
Get Danielle Harris, who would have been up for this kind of shit and would have been perfect fit for a sequel to a B movie that, is basically a direct-to-video. And then you could get, I don't know, any kind of... I mean, John Rhys Davies is in number 3, so he definitely would have done number 2. You want some sort of gravitas in there with him.
As long as he has to go anywhere where there's Muslims, he'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, look, all right. It would definitely be the cast of The Damned, what we're doing here. But the point is, we could
tax evasion, racists. Yeah.
We could have cast different people. You did say like aliens did it better. I realized in looking, because unbeknownst to everyone in the world apart from me and maybe Cable, there are 4 Anaconda movies. There are 5 Lake Placid movies, and there is 1 Anaconda versus Lake Placid movie.
Which blew
they
my
did a
mind.
crossover. So this film franchise is quite literally ripping off Alien. In every way. You have Anaconda, Anacondas, Anaconda 3, so it follows that beautiful trope of having a 3 when there was no fucking 2. I'll never get over it. And then...
Well, they can't make it Anacondas. You can't add another one, another S.
Didn't
Anaconda SS, and they're all Nazis.
I mean, Anaconda was right there for the taking. Like,
Come on,
Hollywood. And then the 4th one, I can't remember, they go back to subtitle, A Trail of Blood. So they lose the number and go back to, and then they do a versus another franchise. They literally just copy pasted the Alien franchise.
I don't know
and
what
I guess this new one is Prometheus because it's going back to the start, but it's completely rebooting the lore. So Anacondas is actually a secret alien.
The Venn
film,
diagram of what's going on here is like starting to really click in, and people are going to listen to this episode and go, "Oh, that was ridiculous," and then it's going to hit them all of a sudden. They're going to realize the Anaconda, Lake Placid, aliens, predator of it all works, and you're going to become internet famous.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking genius.
This just going off just a YouTube search. This podcast, if people look for Blood Orchid, should be one of the first things they see because there's absolutely nothing.
It should be the only thing, honestly.
It's the first time anyone's talked about this movie since 2005.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, I feel like you can type in any movie sequel and there'll be multiple videos on, someone talking about a movie or 10 weird facts you didn't know about this film. There's nothing about Blood Orchid on YouTube as of probably yesterday when I last checked. So we're straight to the top of the queue, boys.
When you
goes to show
finally do post this episode, and you know how when you say people, it's happened to us before. You made me aware of it. When you say someone's name on a podcast and it goes on YouTube, it tags them, right? It's going to tag Morris Chestnut, and he's going to get a fucking Google alert in his phone, and he'll be like, "Babe, it happened! They fucking."
What
We're talking about Blood Orchid, finally. Good for you, Morris.
Well, I was going to say, I think Katie Strickland's going to go, hang on a sec, what's going on here?
They all get one at once. It's like a fucking Power Rangers call to action, and they're like, get the champagne.
And they got a WhatsApp
They're all in a group chat together. They're just like, does it happen yet? Does anyone get the alert? I'll say another name then. Sally Richardson, who plays Gail Stern.
Which I feel like is the Jennifer Lopez type in this film. Like, did you notice that? Like, I feel like they've gone, okay, who? Yeah, she looks like J-Lo a bit. And, that's Carrie Ware. Yeah. No?
There's
I feel like they tried to...
Yeah.
My only note for her, and this is one of the first notes I have, is why is this woman always rolling her eyes? This is all she does for the first 15 minutes of the movie. Every shot of her... Morris Chestnut's character will say or do literally anything, and it cuts to her, and she just goes, ugh. And she's rolling her eyes the whole time. I'm like, I don't even know what your job is. I don't know why you're on this boat. Why? No,
because she's the scientist that's
trying to do something.
She's the scientist that's...
Is she?
Yeah, that she's kind of anti... I do remember that. She's kind of...
Isn't Katie Strickland the scientist?
I thought they were all scientists.
No. Okay, so... Okay,
I feel like that Gail Stern is like the money woman. She's there to like... make sure they do this so that the company gets the money.
No, so Gail is, she's more the science, so she's probably the skeptic and wants to make sure it goes to trial and it's done properly. And she has to, I guess, pander to their whatever. She's just the skeptic right from the get-go. She's the anti, this is a great idea kind of thing. Whereas
she's just
rolling
her eyes.
where Jack.
Yeah, she's. I mean, regardless of what her role is in the film, she's not a good actor. That kind of goes without saying. What you're talking about here is we're not talking about like what her role is. It's a biological field note about how bad she is at the actual profession that she's involved in. Because I don't think I've seen, like I said before, I don't think I've seen any of these people. I think what's his name, Johnny Messner, was in a David Mamet film called Spartan, and that's the only other thing I've seen him in.
Was he in Spartan?
Yeah, he's one of the guys who's
that's
like
Val Kilmer
doing the
movie,
trolley. Yeah, and Val, you know. And Johnny's still walking around, but we've lost Val. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, I don't wish him any harm. He's a bad actor, though.
Based on that, based on your assertion of the actors, my next note is there a hero in this movie? I don't think there's a hero in this movie. I just think everyone's a fuckhead. Like
it's the monkey.
That's my next note. The monkey is the hero in the movie. The only one I wanted to see get out alive. Like,
okay, I should be permanent on this show.
The monkey is the only one I give a shit about. In this, when that monkey jumps off the boat onto the tree, I'm like, oh fuck.
I was like, oh fuck, the monkey!
Don't follow the boat. Stay with the monkey, please. I don't give a shit about the boat. Sink the boat. Sink the boat, and let's just follow this monkey in a wordless movie for the next 90 minutes, and I will watch every frame just to make sure that monkey makes it out okay. But if you fucking show me Johnny Messner trying to look sexy to Katie Strickland one more time, I'm gonna flip my own goddamn television. This is bullshit. Terrible.
I've had enough.
I have a couple of questions about the corporate world in general in this movie, but my number one is, so according to the scientists, they keep telling us this is like $1 billion idea. Like, this is going to be the biggest thing ever. It's going to change the world. And whoever gets their hands on these orchids is the one who is going to make the $1 billion. And they meet this drunken riverboat guy in a bar, and 5 minutes later, they're like, yeah, so we got to get these orchids because they're worth $1 billion, and we have to go get them, and we'll pay you $10,000. Tell the guy what you're doing, you psychopath. Lie.
Yeah, it's just like the villain telling James Bond the plan.
It's in reverse. It's like the hero's just being like, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and get these flowers to change the world. Like, you fucking morons, are you out of your mind? And they just keep telling people. Like,
here's 10. How much is the boat? It's 10. Here's the 10 grand. What are you going there? None of your fucking business. Just drive the boat. All right. Yeah. And you know what's funny? This is almost the plot of Rambo from 2007.
What
yes.
the John Rambo,
you know the one they made where it was like, and he was in, I can't remember what country he was supposed to be in.
Thailand.
Is he Thailand? Yeah, and he's and people go to him and they want him to be taken. Or they're all missionaries, and they want to be taken upriver, and he's like, you can't go, and
my God, it's like he's here.
I know, right? And just he looks like a horse because he's just doing so much HGH during that shoot. It's ridiculous. But he and then he takes them up there, or he doesn't take them up there, and they all get killed. You know, it's kind of like if he went ooga and they took them. I think Stallone is a big Anacondas fan.
It is so weird that you bring up that movie too, because I literally got a copy of that 2 days ago on 4K, and it was the only one I hadn't had on 4K because it hasn't come out in Australia 4K, unlike all the other Rambo films. And that's weird.
Really, even the last one they did where he goes to
I think there was rights issues with that last, so I had it in Blu-ray.
Wait, isn't that the last one?
No, there's another one.
John, is it called just called John Rambo? The last one, isn't it?
Isn't that the one we're talking about?
No, that was called Rambo.
Blood. So Rambo,
maybe it was Last Blood.
No, yes, Last Blood. Yes, sorry, is the
Last Blood
movie.
Came out
2008 is the one that's got Julie Benz in it.
Yeah, and that's the one that we're talking about. But there was another one.
Oh my God! And you won't believe this. One of the guys from Anacondas is in it.
Who?
The bad doctor, Matthew Marsden's in it as well.
He is. He's one of the missionaries. You're fucking absolutely right. I knew he looked familiar.
Oh my God! Jeez, so there you go.
That movie.
It's super violent.
It is unnecessarily gory. Like, he uses like what can only be described as an anti-aircraft gun on people, and he turns them into mints.
Mush, yeah.
Like, they're just mints of people. It's just ridiculous. And there's, like, kids getting bayoneted and stuff, like children. Like, fuck, Sly. And then Last Blood... Sorry, I know we're not talking about Rambo, but we are now.
We need to do a Rambo sequel, by the way. Anyway, that's a whole...
We could do all of them. Yeah. Shit. I mean, for one of them, he fights with the Taliban. Like, we need to talk about these movies. He cuts out a dude's heart. I've never seen a single Rambo sequel. And pulls it out in the last one. Like, I'm not talking Kalimar Shakti Day, like, sort of, you know, some sort of supernatural thing. He literally cuts the guy's sternum open and pulls it out. It is bizarre how violent they are. Sorry, anyway, Anacondas.
Should I watch it? Are they good? I've seen First Blood. I've never seen any of the sequels. Should I be
that's
watching
weird to me. But
First Blood is a legitimately great movie.
The last Rambo movie on 4K. Like, I'm a huge supporter of physical media. I think you might have a problem. You might be the only guy who bought fucking Rambo Last Blood on 4K and imported it from overseas because you couldn't get it here. That's how badly you wanted it. That's blown my mind.
Money to burn. Money to burn.
No, not really. Not really. I'm a completist. It's weird. I have to have, if there's a franchise, I'm having all the movies, even if they are shit.
I'm the same with comic books. Like, I got to get the omnibus if it's out. I'm not getting single issues.
What you did last summer on 4K?
No, is that the third one that came out?
Yeah.
You downloaded. You paid $4.99 for.
Hang on a minute.
I'll go to my dying day wanting that $4.99 back.
There's a third. I Know What You Did movie, and it's called I'll Always Know What You Did.
Regan, baby, the world is about to get a whole lot bigger.
That will never be one of these episodes.
I was going to say, I think we've just accidentally found our next one because I just want to hear...
Make me watch
I just want to hear the sound of Regan vomiting in the background. Yeah, there's a third one.
Is JLH in it?
No, completely separate.
I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but I would encourage you to watch it for the phenomenally huge swings that are taken. Like, honestly, like, congratulations, that is genuinely an inspiring swing you've taken. Followed by the absolutely catastrophic misses that come from that. It looks...
It's very straight to video, yeah.
It's beyond straight to video. It looks like a couple of kids from a high school filmed it on their dad's Betamax. Like, it is... I cannot believe it's an official part of a... It's genuinely fascinating that it was
2006
as a part of the franchise on purpose, legitimately. It's not like a knockoff that got added in. It is a real part of it. And I cannot believe how bad it looks and is.
And there's fucking nobody in it.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's a fascinating relic. I don't like at the same time that like Scream continued to carry on, and you know your Friday the 13th and your Halloweens and your Child's Play, all of them kind of got a bit weird at some point, but they kept going with a legitimate. This thing just. These movies were huge. They were huge movies and so big that we just got another sequel, and yet this third one. I'd love for someone who was actually involved with the making of that to write like an oral history because it is fascinating and would definitely be more interesting than the film itself.
We should just get someone on that was on that movie to be on this podcast.
You know what? I reckon good.
You could, have you got like $300? Because they'll come to your house and do it. I promise. Like, you know, and flying from somewhere as well. Can I just ask a question as well? The most recent one. We'll get back to Anacondas, everybody. Don't worry about it. I know you're just itching to find out what happens, but the most recent, I Know What You Did last summer.
No, it does not reference it. It's this one is not.
It only references 1 and 2. It ignores 3.
Oh, no, I wasn't asking that. I was saying, it is connected to the original 2?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a sequel. Yeah, it's a direct.
It's a direct sequel, right? Who's in it? The returning
JLH and Freddie Prinze Jr.
And Freddie, because he's not doing anything except for talking about how no one understands Star Wars.
Oh, you leave him alone. He's a beautiful stay-at-home dad, and he played the most interesting Star Wars character in the recent years. He was amazing.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
His wife's out there trying to you know put some ends together. The poor kid. She's just exceptional actress who just got absolutely like waylaid after Buffy. Like it was just. She couldn't make ends meet. Like this, she had so many false starts.
Writes cookbooks now. He became a stay-at-home dad on purpose, and he was like cooking so much food for his kids. He's like, I'm going to write cookbooks, and he does. He's a beautiful man. I love.
God bless him.
FPJ.
God
FPJ
bless
is great.
him.
It's great to see him back in this one. If you like the first two, you should watch the new one.
Yes, which we do have a sequel with because one of our friends of the podcast and former member, Michelle, she was not a fan and really had thoughts. She wanted to vent
about the third one.
Yeah.
Well, the fourth one, technically, I guess.
Sorry, I meant third in the actual continuity we like to talk about. Is it just called I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Yeah, it's just that fucking.
They did the Scream thing.
Named it the same. Yeah,
and the Halloween thing.
And just stop fucking naming movies the name of movies that have already been in the same fucking series, guys.
Yeah,
Come on.
Take a cue from Anacondas. It should have been I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summers.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. I'll always know what you did them summers that time.
Why didn't
That's if they shot it in Ballarat, it'd be like...
Why didn't they saw what you did, cunt? That's what it should have been called.
Why didn't they call the last Jurassic World movie? Just don't call it Rebirth, just call it Jurassic World Scarlett Johansson. And then...
yeah, exactly. ScarJo's here. We've got her. We finally got her.
Yeah, the poster is just her on the poster, and it just says Jurassic World. She's in it with an arrow pointing down. They're like, yeah, you go. Here's fucking $15. I want to see that. I liked that movie. That was a good Jurassic World movie. The only good Jurassic World movie.
Oh, that's controversial.
Come on.
Anyway, let's get back to the
of the Jurassic
World.
Well,
can we?
Jurassic World Rebirth kind of uses some elements of this film, and just
state your case. State your case.
I'll be interested to see how you pull this pretzel apart.
No. They did a better job of it. Had more money, and they had Scarlett Johansson. But there's still the same premise. You've got some dirty big pharma guy that wants to make his billions, and all of it's about getting DNA to have a drug for heart, and then it's them going to the islands which they're not allowed to go to, and is risky as fuck. But that's what they do. And he gets his comeuppance, doesn't he?
Do you know what both of them made me, both Anacondas and Jurassic World made me think of, is just Deep Blue Sea, which I think did the most insane and best version of like, hey, we can solve dementia with shark brains. Like, what? We're going to go under the water now. Okay, let's go under the water, I guess.
When you said a second ago, you were like, some dirty big farmer. I was like, who's the big farmer in this movie? And you meant big farmer.
With a PH. See, sometimes when you
there's
put
a farmer
together, they make different sounds, like farmer with a PH or orchard with a CH.
Yeah. I was going to say a farmer with an F knows about an orchid or an orchard, but big farmer knows about orchids.
The orchids grow in the orchard. And this is the best bit about bring it right back to the actual movie we're talking about. The best bit about the movie is, of all the places, these flowers just happen to be growing directly above the snake orgy pit. And the reason there's a snake orgy pit is because we learn in this movie it's mating season, and all the snakes are going to get in a snake orgy pit, and all the males are going to fight to root the females. I can't remember what it is, or the females fight to root the males. I don't know what it is, but that premise was just like, num. You guys nailed it. You guys came up with such a great idea, and then they don't do enough with it.
Right?
We barely get to see the orgy pit.
But
you don't get to see any of it.
So no ball gags in sight. Like, no snakes with a little riding crop in their tail.
Did I miss the key point? Didn't they allude to the orchid's just not important to this guy that needs it for big pharma? The orchid has some sort of nutritional value to the anacondas.
Well, this is what we learn. The reason that
it's obviously that's how they're bred and they're big.
So big is because something about what the flower does to the human cells and also animal cells is it makes them grow and get bigger and stronger. And so I kind of liked that, I guess. In the first one, it's just like, that's a big snake. It's like, yeah, it's a big snake. Like, all right. And then you look at it like, that snake's too big. That's not natural. And no one says anything. At least in this one, they're like, yeah, there's a reason these snakes are so freaking huge. They're eating the magic flowers. Like, all right.
But again, which comes back to my problem that it should have been in the Amazon, though. Because then you kind of half explain the original.
Yeah, right. We're on board with your legislation here, Senator. But it's I don't think logic has left the building as far as this one's concerned. But you're right, though. It's like in Jaws where they finally see the shark and it goes underneath the orca and he's like, that's a 20-footer. No, it's a 20-footer. He's 25, 3 tons of him. That's it. It's just like, oh, it's a big shark, and Quint is frightened at how big it is, so it must be really big. Not like it's been eating certain types of kelp, so now it's all, radioactively big or whatever the hell it is. Like, sometimes, ambiguity is not a bad thing.
Well,
that's Orca, O-R-C-A, by the way. No H in that one.
Yes, that's...
Which would be
I feel like you're taking this personally.
But I'm glad you brought up Jaws, because I actually thought one of the other problems with this film, and similar to the original, is the overuse of seeing the Anaconda. I feel like there was some
100%.
some really good elements that they use, and it was like the part where there was an eagle eye shot of them walking through the water, and you sort of see it sloping through, and there was some really good shots I thought just added so much to it. And then the problem is when they start to overuse, and then when we do get to that sort of, Act 3 where you're going to see it a bit more, it's just, the mix of whether they use, CGI. And this movie, I don't think, did they use as much practical? I think it was mainly CGI, was it not, from memory?
There was a few sort of like practical things for like close-ups. The most practical thing was the fucking...
Oh God, he's gone.
was the crocodile that fucking Johnny Messner wrestles. Like, he's Steve Irwin. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, when the camera's going through the water, for starters, they're evoking the Jaws theme like hardcore. It's like it was like when Vanilla Ice was like, oh no, it's
Vanilla
not
Ice,
fucking Queen. It's not the Queen song. It's my song because it goes dun 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 dun. And all that shit. Like, that's what happened with this score. And then he's wrestling a fucking rubber crocodile. Amazing. But that was the only prosthetic, was the point.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm just trying to remember, because I did watch some of the documentary of the first Anaconda, and they talked about one of the first.
Oh my God! To have the time,
the first Anaconda, yeah. But they did
watch the special features on an Anaconda disc. My goodness.
But in the first one, the
first Anaconda is great. It's worth it.
CGI was still pretty, I wouldn't say new, but it was still, fledging at the time. So they were very big on trying to do as much practical with it, and then try to keep the CGI to a minimum, because they obviously didn't want, to look too shit. Whereas I think this one, they clearly...
did use... The CGI they did use in the first one, it still cost them like a couple of $100,000 per minute of CGI snake. Like, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah, whereas this one, but this one, I feel like, did they really lean into the CGI more than practical? I wasn't probably,
When they get to the snake orgy and you're looking down, you're like, I don't believe any of those snakes are fucking. That's not real. That's a cartoon snake orgy. That's not real.
You sound so disappointed.
I mean,
fucking promised me an orgy and there wasn't one. Fucking horseshit.
If you promised me a snake orgy, you better deliver me a snake orgy, all right? Okay, I want to see these snakes get down. It's something that there's a couple of things in this movie that did stand out that made me go, all right, this is pretty cool. I don't know if it's cool, but it definitely is memorable. Mitchell, Morris Chestnut, that motherfucker gets one of the worst deaths I've seen in a movie ever. Like, he gets betrayed by his friend, then he gets bitten by some fucked spider that paralyzes him, and then he's alive and can feel it as the big-ass snake comes down and eats him. Like, that is worse than any death in any Anaconda movie, and worse than most deaths in movies I've seen. Like, the reality of that happening would be just the worst thing that's ever happened. And then his friends blow him up.
I think the paralyzing part of it, yes. But John Voight gets swallowed and then regurgitated and is still alive.
And he blinks.
Well, that sucks also.
This is not debated. Right. Is he alive, or is that like just a muscle memory thing? Just because he falls down and doesn't get up after the snake regurgitates him.
Kind of sucks either way.
He's like he's not betrayed by his best friend and then bitten by a spider before it happens. Like, the wounds run so deep before he gets eaten by the snake. The snake is just the worst cherry on top. But my actual favorite thing about this movie is the constant cutting to the nervous monkey. Like, every time they cut to him, he's just like, oh no, oh dear, oh, we're in trouble. He's the MVP of this movie, hands down, and the best actor. Like, every time they cut to him, I'm like, oh, he's worried. The old mate's worried. This is great. It was amazing.
Do you know why they did that? It's because I'm working on a movie at the moment And in one of the scenes that we were shooting yesterday, the director had the special effects supervisor on set to, sort of go through shots and stuff because they have to CG in a black cockatoo, like it's part of the plot. So they actually had a bright orange T-Rex toy, like sitting off in the distance with these markers on it, so that he knew where it was. And I was like, "What's up with the thing?" And he's like, "Oh, it's where the cocky's going to go, whatever." I'm like, "Why don't you just get a cocky?" And he's like, "Dude, you fucking think I didn't try and get a goddamn cocky? Black cockatoos are endangered. So just to get it here on set would be $10,000 a day, right? And that doesn't even include the insurance that you have to take out on this thing in case a fucking hawk comes down from above and swoops in and grabs this thing, or a dog comes or whatever." And he's looked into the overheads on the insurance would have been like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So yeah, they opted for shooting it on a green screen and then doing it CG. That monkey was costing them more a day than fucking Johnny Messner, I promise you. So they had to get their money's worth of close-ups of that monkey.
Yep. I mean, put the monkey in this movie you're working on. He'll make it to the moon, baby.
I think this monkey's dead.
Well, I was going to say, I can't believe this monkey, as far as I can see on IMDb, is not even...
I can't believe this monkey.
He's not even getting that credit. You laugh, but some animals that are in multiple things get IMDb credits.
No, it was just because you had a big pause. You were like, "I can't believe this monkey." And then there was no... That was like the end of the sentence.
Is that going to be the TikTok video?
I heard this monkey was up for Chalamet's part in Dune. I can't believe this monkey. He's crazy, man.
No, but he's those capuchin monkeys. I reckon he's probably the one that was in Friends and in that era.
And Outbreak, and yeah.
It's the same monkey that does a lot of them. So it wouldn't have surprised me if it was him. But I don't know. He's not credited.
He's a career monkey. This guy.
But yeah, he's also...
There's another monkey who's been working hard for years. He's like, that's fucking... Every time I'm in something, they're always like, "Oh, were you in Blood Orchid?" It's like, that wasn't me.
That was my brother.
Well, that's
my monkey brother.
Yeah, he was so disappointed with it, he wanted to be uncredited.
Yeah, he's like,
uncredited
take
monkey.
my name off this picture. It does make sense that the best thing in this movie is like, I don't want to be associated with this. This is bad for my brand. The bad man... is it Dr. Jack Byron, Matthew Marsden?
Yes.
He's the one who reveals his visit. So, I mean, I have a few questions that maybe I missed. You guys can.
He also upgrades his young assistants if they're good looking.
He does.
Yes.
He does. He's not a great guy by a long shot. But when he goes off on his own, after he murders his friend with a snake and a spider, just pure villain shit. After he gets on the canoe and leaves Evan stranded and goes off in the night, in the rain, in a handmade canoe, in a country he's never been to, with nothing but a map and maybe a compass, how does he find these flowers? Like when he pulls up on that shore, he jumps out of that boat and runs up that path, which is conveniently there in the middle of the jungle, and finds those things immediately. Like he fucking knew where they were, and he's never been there before. That is some of the shabbiest shit I've ever seen committed to celluloid. What the absolute fuck? Meanwhile, we talked about Goonies at the start of the episode. When they get in the cave, Cole is just in the Goonies for a minute. Like that movie completely switches gears, and he's just fucking... He's running into shit. He's afraid of noises. He's just Chunk for a second. I'm like, what? It was one of those moments where it's such an abrupt shift in the film. I was watching, I was like, did I fall asleep and something has auto-played and I'm in a different movie now? What the fuck happened? Like the tunnel scene on its own, that's funny as shit. That would be a great standalone movie. Just a couple of guys lost in a cave system trying to escape a giant snake. Great film.
Yeah.
In this movie, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Why are you in a tunnel? How are there tunnels, and why did you get in one? This is so fucking weird. Don't get in the tunnel, champ. That seems like a bad fucking idea. There's a giant snake.
It's trying to be a lot of things. Like Anaconda was unequivocally a B movie, but done with the same amount of prestige or want to be prestige that Jaws would have had. Like, Jaws would have been a B movie too if you didn't get fucking Roy Scheider in it and, Robert Shaw and have, hot off the presses Steven Spielberg directing it. Like, Anacondas was a decent enough A-list B movie, but it just was what it was. It was a monster feature. This is trying to be like social commentary. It's trying to be, like satire. But it's also trying to take itself seriously. And then it's trying to be like I said before, it wants to be a horror movie and an action movie. Like it's having a full on snake identity crisis.
Yeah, it's a confused thing. Did I also fall asleep and miss something when the doctor gets to the orchids and goes up there? Why the fuck is he carrying a jug of petrol? He takes a jug of petrol with him up there, which then is later used to kill snakes. But at one point, a snake explodes. Did you remember this? For no reason? Like, a snake full on just explodes in this movie.
I don't remember that part.
It's filled with C4. The snake fucking explodes. Well, I think maybe they shoot it with a flare gun. I don't know where the flare gun came from. Like, the flare gun just appeared and they shoot a snake with a flare gun and the snake doesn't just kind of go, rah. Like, it explodes.
Yeah, I don't think snakes are by nature incendiary. Like, I don't think they have anything in them that would cause that to happen. I mean,
I've never shot a snake with a flare gun. Have you?
Neither have I. But
we don't know.
Cable?
We don't know. No? All right, so... Scientifically, what we should do is we should go out and find a bunch of anacondas and shoot them with flare guns and see if they explode to see whether or not this is actually legitimate. Because I'm guessing everything else in this movie is real, so they're probably following science there. They are scientists. We should believe them.
I've got 3 weeks off in January.
All right, let's go.
We can make it work. We can make it work.
I was going to say let's go to Borneo.
Make a documentary.
Realize there'll be no fucking anacondas if we go to Borneo.
It'll be like
we can't.
Mythbusters.
Yeah, we're going to Mythbusters.
I like this. Like me,
it's a
I like the three of us
excursion
on a boat in Borneo with Sean probably as well, and a monkey, and we're all going, "Where the fuck are the anacondas?" And then.
And the guide keeps saying, "I told you, sir. Yeah. There are no
no snake, no
anaconda here. No."
But this is where the movie's set. Surely
we're gonna fire them. Just keep randomly firing flare guns into the air. It's like, please stop doing that. Like Yosemite Sam. Like, I fucking want them snakes.
And 4 Australians were killed today in Borneo, shooting at fucking tribespeople thinking they'd found anacondas.
I'm just going to shoot this croc. I'm going to jump in and fight him. I'm going to fight him with a knife. We're going to recreate it. That's what we should do. So Paul Rudd and Jack Black are recreating Anaconda. We should recreate Anacondas. That's the movie we'll do.
But are they trying to recreate the movie that's just been made, or is it just a completely separate thing?
No, it's like
so the plot of the new Anaconda movie with Jack Black and Paul Rudd is that they are friends who grew up loving the real movie Anaconda that we all know and love.
With J-Lo.
They go, yeah. So the real Anaconda movie, they are going, they're going to remake the movie themselves because they're having a midlife crisis. So they go to the jungle to remake Anaconda.
Right.
They're not filmmakers. They're just like, let's go remake Anaconda. And obviously it gets weird. We should do that for real life with anacondas. I think that'd be a great life experience for all of us.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. So what year did Anaconda come out?
97.
1997. Okay.
It took a while for Blood Orchid to come out then, didn't it?
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's another reason.
Sequels take ages.
But going back to what you said earlier, Angus, that's another reason why Dwight, as far as I know, like Dwight Little didn't really have a lot after this film, is because they did put the money into it, which doesn't feel like they did, but it tanked. It just didn't make the money they were hoping compared to the first one, and it was kind of like, oh well, you're done, and which is sad. I think sometimes the success of a movie isn't always on the director. You can only, you can't fly like an eagle if you're amongst turkeys, can you? So, I mean, that's
beautiful.
Should get that on a cap, on a baseball cap.
Oh, I did.
Just Just a in from the internet ticker here. So the new Anaconda movie with Jack Black and Paul Rudd is about two friends who in their childhood loved the Anaconda movie so much they go to remake it for real, and then Anacondas happen, correct?
Yeah.
Anaconda came out in 1997. Both Jack Black and Paul Rudd were born in 1969, which means they would have been 28 when that movie came out. So what the fuck?
Paul Rudd can pass for
Paul Rudd
youngest
looks
still,
like he's 15 on camera.
That's true, yeah.
But Jack
he's
Black,
got that Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
Like, I was in year 8 when it came out, and I think if you put me and Paul Rudd next to each other, like, them motherfuckers the same age. That's fine.
Yeah, that's absolutely
I think that
true.
Australian guy might be a few years older. Like, you just look at him like, if Paul Rudd looks you in the eyes and says, "I'm 24," you'd go, "Yes, you are, Paul Rudd. I believe you." I think the weight of How Very Dare You should fall on the writers, not Dwight H. Little. I think he probably got thrown on the bus. It should fall on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 writers of this movie.
That is absolute
insane.
Hollywood fucking poison having that many writers come on. Like I was just watching, like I was saying before, I was watching Leprechaun in the Hood for Halloween 31 and 31.
Classic.
Had to get my Leprechaun in there, and I hadn't seen that one, and it's terrible. But I think there's 5 writers on that, and they're all white. Like, what the fuck?
Well, not one of the writers on Anacondas is a snake, so you.
But aren't leprechauns?
That's true.
Aren't leprechauns white?
No, but it's
in the hood.
So everybody around him is I mean, technically, I don't know what leprechauns are. He also has a really violent murder scene of a trans person in that film. Like, it's fucked up. It's really fucked up.
I've just clicked on some IMDb's of the 7 writers, and I've come across one of them. And they're
Is it a snake?
Under Siege 2?
Their top 4 most known for in IMDb has taken my breath away, because I would not expect that. So there's a writer called Michael Miner. Do either of you know the writer Michael Miner?
I know Stephen Miner.
That's the Friday 13th guy.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if there's a relation. So Michael Miner, he's top 4 most known for movies. I want to see if you can guess them. If you can guess one, you can guess all 4.
Yeah, you're going to blow us away. How old is he? Give us that at least.
He was born in 1949.
Oh, so he clearly wrote Heat.
He didn't write Heat. No.
Taxi Driver.
No,
I got it.
Think at least for one of them, it's not Heat or Taxi Driver, but no, it is a movie that you definitely own on 4K. I definitely own on 4K. And Regs has definitely seen multiple times. We've all seen multiple times. It is a classic. The man has written a stone cold classic, and then 3 other movies that are affiliated with that stone cold classic. I'll tell you, the stone cold classic is from the 80s. It's from the second half of the 80s.
RoboCop.
RoboCop is the fucking movie.
Wow.
Michael Miner's top 4 known for are RoboCop, RoboCop 2, RoboCop 3, and the RoboCop remake. I don't know how the fuck you got that. Yeah.
No, but surely he didn't write the remake. He just gets credited because
he's credited as a writer. Not as normally they get credited story.
Hang on one second, because this might be absolutely wild that this happened. RoboCop. Because there was 2. I think there was 2 writers on RoboCop.
Edward Neumeier. His top 4 are even better, I would say, than Michael Miner's.
But did he do Orchid or not?
No. He's one of the guys on Orchid. Yeah, Edward.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I listened to.
Orchid.
There's a podcast that comes out from the Austin Film Festival called On Story, and they do interviews with screenwriters and directors and stuff. And I listened to a podcast of Edward Neumeier yesterday, and he was talking about that, and it then made me go and rewatch Starship Troopers.
which is the one that's on
yes,
his,
he
that is
also
on the
wrote-
other guys. He wrote RoboCop, RoboCop 2, RoboCop Remake, but instead of RoboCop 3, Starship Troopers is his top 4.
This is the other one, yeah.
It's funny that in the interview that you were listening to at the right of this movie, that Blood Orchid didn't come up. That's
No,
That's
I can't imagine
crazy.
why when they had so much to talk about as far as RoboCop and Starship Troopers are concerned, they didn't slip in Blood Orchid.
So the other main writer, David Zellman, is mostly known for television, but his only other feature film in his top 4 is the Matthew McConaughey masterpiece, Fool's Gold. Remember Fool's Gold?
yeah.
2008?
Fool's Gold,
So
nearly
looking
as good
at
as Syriana. Not Syriana,
His,
Sahara.
I was going to say those are very different movies.
Syriana's a different movie. Yeah.
Looking at this guy's credits, here's what I think happened with this movie. I think Michael Miner and Edward Neumeier came up with a treatment for a fucking awesome Anacondas sequel. I think we were going to get essentially aliens, but with big ass snakes, with a little bit of Deep Blue Sea thrown in. Then I think it probably got handed over to David Zellman, whose work, whilst he has a better body of work than I do, is not quite as impressive. And that's when perhaps the dialogue came in and things like that started to happen.
Yeah.
And then the other 3 guys came in to do cleanups and punch-ups, I guess. I don't
That's
know.
absolutely what it is. It's got like first draft. Okay, we're ready to move on. We've picked a director. Then you've got someone like you said doing some doctor work, and then you've got the final guy who like did the final pass on it, and he's the one who gets the sort of the hammer credit wise. It does reek of that absolutely. But also, like you were saying before, it's not on Dwight Little. Like look at his resume. He's a jobber, like to use a wrestling term. He's a jobber. Like he just comes in and does the work. Yeah, sure, I'll do Halloween 4. Like no problems. It's not. We're not talking about the carpenter himself here.
Yeah.
None of the I guess the trivia things or the facts or the behind the scenes shit about this movie on IMDb are interesting or good.
No.
Like,
There's actually
no, it's really boring. Yeah.
I was saying, like even like the fact that we're talking about the film, but even when it's like whether it's a guilty pleasure or it's a film that went off the rails, there's always some stories that we can go back to, or IMDb, or there's a documentary, or someone's done a YouTube video, like I said, 10 weird facts about this movie, or why this movie bombed, or what happened behind the scenes. There's actually, it's really scarce to find anything to do with Blood Orchid at all. And that's kind of blows my mind a little bit, because I feel like
here's one interesting thing. One of the film posters accidentally put a python on it instead of an anaconda. That's how fucking little people pay attention.
That sounds about right, though. Yeah. I keep hiding a laugh, like I'm about to break it up, because I keep thinking of Cable saying, "I can't believe this monkey." It's the best.
There are at least 3 species in this movie that are indigenous only to South America and Central America, so not Borneo. The anaconda, the howler monkeys, and the macaw parrots. So everything good about this movie would never actually be
actually happen in that place. Yeah, and they shot it in.
Which is great.
They shot it in Fiji, though. Is that what you were saying before? Like,
I believe most of it's shot in Fiji.
Yeah, right.
And that's why they premiered it there.
We're all
The only loose connection that we can have in some kind of a multiverse where we can bring it all together is that Morris Chestnut and Ice Cube were both in Boys in the Hood. So maybe that'll come up in the Jack Black, Paul Rudd.
I think you say they're both black. Like I'm like that's the loosest tendril ever.
There you go.
Yeah,
all right, we got
amazing.
2 connections. I got some questions for you guys then, because there is really no interesting facts here, so we're going to make up our own interesting facts. Was there a better title for this movie than Anaconda's Hunt for the Blood Orchid?
Well, I said it before. It should be just Anacondas. But you came in with the absolute the beautiful.
Well, that's
more
the third one.
S's.
Yeah. Anacondas.
I
had Big Fuck Snake Orgy. That was what I thought this movie should be called. That was what I wrote down for this one. I thought that'd be a great.
Can't see that title fitting on the poster. I can't see Drew Struzan doing the poster for that one.
I think he would have been, so he'd be like, finally a challenge.
I'll get right on it. This is a big fucking dick snakes.
I think we've all collectively agreed this movie isn't fantastic. But instead of nitpicking, like, let's solve some problems. What's one thing that you can think of that would have made this movie better? Can you think of one thing that would have made this movie better?
Well, yeah, I mean, more snake orgy. Just like we were talking about before, like to be serious for a second, we were talking about it before, like there are, anytime you do a movie about a big creature going after human beings, you know, like as in sort of a Leviathan kind of situation, you're evoking Jaws. You just are.
Yeah.
But what Jaws does well is that and I know that they didn't originally mean to do that because the fucking mechanical shark wouldn't work or whatever, but the 3 barrels in Jaws is far more frightening than actually seeing a shark itself.
Yeah,
they needed to pare back, use a bit more like prosthetic work and a few more puppetry things like that, and just pull back on the CG and make it a bit more about dread as opposed to, hey, look at the big snake that we can do in a computer.
Yeah. And Angus is right. I feel like they needed to pick people off a little bit more regularly to add that tension.
There's like 4 people alive at the end of this movie. Like, come on, you've got to kill someone. You didn't even kill the funny guy.
Once they get to the off the boat, once the boat crashes,
kill them.
Someone should be killed every 10 minutes
At least.
Yeah,
and not by a human. Like, we get a death because the bad guy's like, I'm going to get a spider to bite you. It's like, dude, we got fucking giant snakes. We don't need human bad guys in this movie.
Yeah,
we got the snakes.
It's not predators. Let's just get on with it, you know.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen in this movie just like one scene with someone riding one of the snakes like it was Falcor. I don't know. Like the monkey, just like riding, like oh, just riding the fucking snake through the jungle. Would that be the bit? Like, instantly this movie goes up a whole star. It was a bit weird and it didn't hold together, but there was a scene where a monkey rode an anaconda like it was Falcor, and I'd never been so happy in my life.
If you couldn't make a better movie than if that happened and the monkey was flying past and then Cable's on the ground going, I can't believe this monkey, watching him go. Anacondas, I can't believe this monkey.
Anaconda's : that would be a good name for the sequel as well.
Anaconda's : he's just in the proctologist, man. I'm sorry, it's not good. He has all the way ass
the
cancer.
proctologist, he's up to the shoulders like, it just keeps going. Nurse, grab my ankles, I'm going in.
Wearing the shark like wearing the snake like one of those things that you put on to do archery. That's ridiculous.
We kind of covered one of my questions, which was like, who would we cast in this movie? But I did have one person I thought would make this movie amazing, and I'm sure they could have gotten it. If they had to put Gary Busey in, like...
You fucking asshole! You beat me!
Oh, you were going to put Busey in it as well?
You sent the questions. You're like, what's the one thing that would make this movie better? Like, who would you...
I forgot about these questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what would make it better?
Yeah.
Anyone else in the lead role, I wrote. And then you were like, what we're seeing was missing. I said more of the snake orgy. And then what actor would you love to see in this? It was Gary fucking Busey.
All right, but who did you want Busey to play?
Well, I just like the sort of Voight equivalent. But having said that, probably replacing Johnny Messner, but not change the weird sexual tension. But it's still Gary, you know what I mean? Like, he's still going, it's a fucking snake. Like, it's still Gary.
I wanted him to play the snake. I want a 30-foot anaconda with Gary Busey's head. That's what I wanted. Can you imagine that? Like, every time the snake comes out of the jungle, it's just him. He's like, ah.
Yeah. like in Beetlejuice, when the banister turns into Beetlejuice and it's got the head. Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. Yeah. That's perfect. I can't believe we both picked, of all the people that you could possibly pick to be in Anacondas 2024, what is it, 2004, what was Gary Busey doing in 2004? Surviving major car accidents.
He would have, if he was healthy at that point, I think he definitely would have taken a role in Anacondas, especially if you gave him like the Johnny Messner part and he could be the lead.
I don't think he's ever been healthy.
Remember we talked about, goddammit, this is going to tag him when it goes up. He's going to hear about this.
I love you, Gary. I think you what is it that Ari says to him in Entourage? You're going to spin off this planet. Don't ever change. I think you're wonderful.
Gary, you've always been great, but you've never been well. That's how we feel about you, Gary.
He's a fucking excellent actor when you get, like... I watched Predator 2 recently. Oh, of course I did, because we did a fucking episode on it. But yeah, he is fantastic in that movie.
He's fantastic. When he's Mr. Joshua, and then there's that Lethal Weapon 1? Mr. Joshua? Yeah. Fucking terrifying in that movie. He's great.
Point Break?
2004, he did a movie called Motocross Kids, Fallacy, Lexi, A Sight for Sore Eyes, Latin Dragon, El Padrino, Border Blues, and an episode of The Simpsons. That was all in 2004.
I was going to say all in 2004. Fuck, he was very well.
So he could have done Anacondas.
No, he was too busy doing all that stuff.
Yeah, he was too busy. So I can't do it for $3,800.
Oh my God, is that? No, all right. I got excited for a second. I thought that in 2003 he did a movie called On the Edge with Ice Cube, but I stand corrected. In 2003 he did a movie called On the Edge with Ice-T. So close to an Anacondas crossover, but just the wrong kind of ice. Just not the right one.
The wrong kind of ice. That's amazing. There's a lot of really great, like, if you guys had like a TeePublic and you had T-shirts like "Sequels suck, just the wrong kind of ice," or "I can't believe this monkey," or I think that there's just so much opportunity here for
tell me, do you want the Redbubble yet?
What? Sorry,
Redbubble. We've got shirts on there.
Do you?
No.
How come I don't have a fucking shirt? I've got a Podcast Assemble T-shirt. Oh, you don't?
Typing, you start typing red into Reg's computer, you're not gonna.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Don't. You don't want that. What scene is missing from this movie? I feel like there's like one or two scenes that they could have put into this movie that would have, like, brought it back on track or cut one and replaced one. Can you think of anything that would have really elevated? I mean, I think we all know what it is. Really.
Some sort of like men in, but you know how in I think it's Halloween. I want to say 4 or 5, and you get the Ruin of Thorn guys.
Yeah,
that's 5.
Who that's 5. Yeah, something like that. Some sort of like clandestine people who want to like.
Well, I kind of thought when we opened with tribes people that like there was going to be some kind of cult of the snake coming out. I thought it was going to tie together in any kind of way. And it didn't.
When they get
but that would be cool. That's a great one. Yeah,
some sort of like Men in Black, but just for snakes. Men in Snakes. You know,
it's the first one.
Men in Snakes.
The first Anaconda. Men in Snakes.
It's better than Snakes in Men. Like that's a different gambit.
Both of them are in your Google search history, I'm sure.
That's the porno title. Yeah.
That's the porno title. Men in Snakes is the porno title for this.
Oh no, I have the porno title because you did ask for that.
I did ask. Was it the first one when they talk about how they worship the snakes as gods? I feel like there's a scene.
I think so.
Yeah. John Boyd tells us about it.
Yeah.
That's another reason they should snakes as gods.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
I think I'm from France.
But
there's another reason they should have moved countries because they already had it built in.
Yes, 100%.
People who worship these as gods, so you could have had
100%. You could have leaned into the Lord.
One of the crew to get caught up in it, and they go a bit crazy, and they're like, "I believe that the snake is a god," and then the snake, bites their dick off, and they're like, "I was wrong, false prophet, false prophet." Something, anything.
Why did it have to be their dick?
I think they had enough material from the
four.
But they had enough material from the first one, like you said. They could have leaned into some of the lore they created in the first movie, and then I was to move countries and really have it be Anacondas in name only. Really,
it was it was tangentially related at best. It was like Twisters. When she turned up to the fucking house where she was going to go and make all of those marshmallow things.
We all thought Helen Hunt was there too.
I thought it was going to be Helen Hunt. Helen Hunt's not doing anything. You're watching horror movies with her in it like the other day, and I'm like, oh, there's Helen Hunt. I haven't seen her in years.
Have you seen that?
We covered this.
What's it called again? I Can See You, I'm Watching You.
I See You.
I See You.
I see you, Helen Hunt. Who has the same questions that we have about Twisters and Helen Hunt to go back and listen to our Twisters episode. There's actually a very good reason that Helen Hunt was not in Twisters. And we talk all about it in our episode of Twisters. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can go and hunt down that episode for yourself, listeners. We cover it all in that episode. It was actually quite frustrating and heartbreaking as a fan of the original and of Helen Hunt.
She was in anal surgery and couldn't make it.
I said Helen Hunt, not you.
Have her glands squeezed like a dog. I said Helen Hunt, not you. Well, you know how when you get a dog and they like run their ass on the ground?
We just talked about how much we love Helen Hunt. And the way
I didn't say I don't love her. Just because she's got anal gland issues, that's no disrespect. Mad about you.
I don't know.
As good as it gets.
Angus, get us back on track.
Bunch of other ones. You know how folks at the beginning of this episode we were teasing the fact that I might actually be third chair. I just got fired.
It's
Has anyone been fired from a job they didn't have before?
Yep, this cat right here, Muggins. Yep, absolutely. God, I'm
it's
sorry.
not going to get us back on track, but Reg does have an answer for it, so I want to hear it. What is the porn title of this movie? What would you call Anaconda's Hunt for the Blood Orchid?
Anacondom. Hunt for the blue balls. You're welcome, everyone.
Anacondom Hunt for the blue balls.
Yeah, and it's basically about a bunch of... They're all women on the boat. Actually, no. There's some men as well. And some people in between. Whoever you like on this boat.
And a monkey.
And they're all going into the jungle to find these famous blue-balled anacondas. To have sex with them.
I didn't do the homework, but I have a title.
All right, what's yours?
Well, it's got to be a rip-off of something else that's quite funny, is Anacondas, bigger, longer, and uncut.
Ooh, I like that. I had Anticoctor Hunt for the Butt Orchid.
Hang on a second.
The butt orchid or the orchid?
I had Orchid.
Both.
That's what I wrote down.
Both are excellent. Can we go back to what the first word is? It was Anticoctor.
Anticoctor. Yeah.
Oh, God. I think the internet just found its best portmanteau.
But
That's
the
great.
whole plot of the Anticoctor movie is that the guy's dick is actually a snake. And so every time he pulls his pants down, it's like it's a literal anaconda. It's alive. And it's just,
That's been done. I guarantee it.
It's voiced by Frank Welker. But doing the Scooby-Doo voice.
He'd do it too.
Ruh-roh.
No, it'd have to be like S. Lots of S's. Like it would speak and then hang on to its S's.
Oh, that's like who's the cat from the old Hanna-Barberas?
Snagglepuss.
Yes. No, it's Snagglepuss. Is exit stage right even.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Or when Jafar turns into, I'll show you how snake-like I can be. That guy.
That is the porn parody. It's Jafar as a snake. They already did it. He turns to a snake and then he tries to get Jasmine, and we're all kids are like, "This feels wrong.
Yeah.
Why did you do this? I'm not okay with this, Disney. I'm 5."
Is she still his slave because he's a snake now? That's weird.
I did by the end of this movie. I did kind of get back to where I started, because by that point I think I'd probably finished like 3 beers over the course of the movie. But I did get back to the point where I was like, actually, this is kind of what movies are made for. Like, I can't go to Borneo and fight a fucking snake or see a snake orgy or blow up a snake with a flare gun. Like, if I can sit on my couch in my house and for 2 hours just be like, snake, I don't know, yep, boat over a waterfall, monkey, another monkey, nervous monkey, there's the monkey. Oh, good. Oh, there's a flower. Okay, credits. Like, that's amazing. That's great. Like, you can watch Anaconda, you can watch Anacondas, and then you can go watch, like, more Anaconda movies. It's just a big note rope getting into trouble with people, then people doing dumb shit, and you're like, you idiot, and then click, off to bed. It's kind of awesome. Like, it's not a good movie, but it's kind of an awesome movie. It is a great kind of escapism.
Yeah. It's doing exactly what it wanted to.
It really is. I think, like, it kind of accidentally at the end of the day succeeds in its goals of like, oh no, we knew we were making a sequel to a movie about Big Snake. Like, We weren't pretending. We weren't trying to make anything fancy, guys. We just put more snake. You guys like big snake, so here's more snake. And
you know how they made Aliens after Alien?
We saw you like that, so we did that, but with snake.
We saw you like that in 1986, and so I'm going to get some more.
So snake,
I got a question, though.
Snake, good, more snake, better, right? Good.
I don't know who these Australian film executives are that are making Anacondas.
There's so many fucking Australians in this movie. I feel like some of us had to be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Dwight, mate, just more snake. You think you do that, mate? Just chuck a fucking... Get a note rope in there, mate. They'll love it. That's good. Yeah, that one. Make it bigger. You make it and then make them sexy. Make them do fucking.
Make them do fucking.
Bill, have you ever seen a bunch of snake fuck? I've never seen it. No, I've never seen it. No, I reckon do that. You know, you do your little your CGI business. Get a puppet. Just fucking smash snake. That'd be good. That'd be great. Can we do that?
Anybody out there with even a modicum of After Effects skill, please animate that conversation that Gus was just having between two film execs in Australia talking about the making of Anacondas. That was excellent. I just want to ask, though, excuse me. Okay, so you would probably recommend this. What is a movie in this oeuvre, in this ilk, that you would recommend that is a legitimately good movie? So, like, something maybe set on the water, maybe with a monster coming after some people, maybe with a John Voight. I don't know. Because I've got one.
Are you talking about an actual sequel, though?
No. I'm just talking about any film. Doesn't have to be a sequel. I know that's the brand, but just something that is like this that is actually really good quality. Because I saw it earlier today. I haven't watched it. I'm like, fuck, I haven't watched that in ages. I should watch it. Crawl.
Oh, the Australian one.
No, you're thinking of Rogue.
Oh, I'm thinking of Crawl is that the
Florida
one in Florida?
Crawl's with it's set in Florida, and it's Barry Pepper is the dad, and he gets injured, and they're under the house.
Yeah, that is a great
fucking excellent film.
Yeah,
really good.
Fantastic creature feature.
Yeah,
I love it. I mean, I think I showed my hand early, but I think like Deep Blue Sea is a great version of this. It's not quite the same because you're in a facility that's under siege by things, but it is that same thing where you're like, you are in the creature's domain and trying to figure out how to outsmart them, and somehow this creature is just a more advanced version. I would encourage people who like bad versions of this movie to check out, we were talking about Jaws earlier, check out Peter Benchley wrote another book about a big scary shark, and in true I just can't be fucked this time fashion, the book that he wrote about big scary shark this time is just called Great White. Just Great White. Just called Great White. It is the most insane plot for a story I've ever heard in my life, and they made a really bad direct-to-DV movie of it. I think what's his name? Craig T. Nelson is in it. And he's
Coach.
like Coach Craig T. Nelson. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't give anything away. You can find it on YouTube for free. I don't think it's called Great White on YouTube, but it's absurd. It's absurd. It is a creature feature where everyone who came up with it was on acid and went to town, and I recommend that. I think you should all see that.
Amazing. What about you, Gable? You're looking it up?
Just off the top of my head, because I thought you were going to ask for a sequel, I would have just said Jaws 2.
Yeah, Jaws 2's kind of rules.
Yeah, well, that was the first podcast that we did.
The reason we're all here.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
yes.
that's beautiful.
That's what got this all going.
It's technically episode 2. There was a Last Jedi one before Angus came on. But Jaws 2 was the thing that really kicked this off. So I do have a fondness for Jaws 2.
It's kind of just like a slasher film, but with a Jaws instead of a slasher.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, yeah. Creature is the movie version of Great White.
Yeah.
Creature with Craig T. Nelson.
And it's got arms and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
But I feel like Peter Benchley also, on the success of Jaws, did a couple of creature features that were either straight to video / TV movies as well. They tried to. Didn't he do something else that was?
Did he do?
Might have been a squid type. Was there like?
There was definitely.
Or was that the Beast?
Yeah.
I think that's the Deep.
Might be the Beast.
Oh, the Deep. Maybe,
the Deep.
Yeah.
Oh, there is the Beast, and also there is the Island. I'm thinking of the Island and the Deep. Wow, he really likes water. Yeah.
Oh, if he likes it, it's fiscally quite good for him.
The Deep, which has Nick Nolte, directed by Peter Yates. There you go.
Hey.
I think it's about pirates or some shit, that one.
Yes.
And then the Island is Caine. The Island is Michael Caine. I thought so.
Okay.
Michael Caine. Great. Anyway, we're talking about Peter Benchley now. That's how you know a movie was great, when about 90% of the episode is us talk about other movies.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about the life and times of author Peter Benchley whilst we're discussing Anaconda's Hunt for the Blood Orchid. You know what? I will say this as a closing thought. After I watched this movie, I was so like, hell yeah, Anaconda, baby, let's go forever. I'm going to watch them all. And I paid cash money to rent Anaconda 3, The Offspring, the David Hasselhoff one. And I did not watch any more Anaconda movies after that. That movie makes Anacondas look like Jaws. It really is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life is Anaconda 3. So if you're like, Anacondas isn't that good, watch Anaconda 3. And you'll be like, fucking thank God for Anacondas. That's a great Anaconda sequel. If anyone wonders what I'm doing, my cats are having an argument behind me. There's a snake in his room.
Yeah, two furry snakes having a fight. Could be worse. Could be a bunch of snakes having a fuck.
I'd argue that's better. Well, Regan, thank you for being here and for claiming and then
losing,
self-abdicating third chair. We'll see. Maybe next week you'll be back again.
There'll be some courageous conversations between me and Angus during the week. As I madly edit all the crap out that Reg said.
Leave it in. Leave it all in.
Leave it all. It's all good. It's all good. It's just not all for you.
Gold. It's also all gold. And thank you to listeners. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends.
All those great things.
Just talk to everyone like you're a snake. Just go around that for a day and don't tell them why. At the end of the day, like, what was the fucking snake thing? Like, I was helping to promote an episode of Sequels Suck, a show which has a lot of S's in it anyway. So you should definitely check that out. And go check out the Twisters episode if you haven't. It explains everything.
And Jaws 2.
In this one.
And under Siege 2.
You know what? Just go back and listen to every episode.
All the catalogue. The whole thing.
Be a real completist.
But it will never get as good as I can't believe that monkey. That's going to be the top shelf for the rest of. I don't care if I'm not on another episode. That's
it was almost like Brady Bruce. I cannot believe that kid is back on the escalator.
Yeah, it's exactly that. I cannot believe this monkey.
See, and as you get all. As you listen to that, you'll get all that as you listen to the entire back catalogue. And as you listen to the entire back catalogue, just remember, not all sequels suck. Bye. Hey, sequels suck fans.
My definition alone, there are your films.
I almost sequels remake. A quick warning.
Sequels suck.
This episode is